Coming up later tonight, law enforcement intercept pipe bombs sent to Barack Obama, Hillary Clinton, and CNN.
Oswego Mayor Billy Barlow appoints a new police chief.
And a former New York State Senate leader gets prison time.
WTOP 10 Nightly News starts now.
Good evening and welcome to WTOP 10 Nightly News. I'm Dan Corlett.
And I'm Brianna Watson.
More pipe bombs were sent out Wednesday, this time to prominent Democrats. The bombs were sent out to former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton, former President Barack Obama, and his CIA Director John Brennan. They were also sent to CNN offices in New York City. The packages resembled the ones sent to George Soros on Monday.
The manila envelopes had the name of Florida Congresswoman Debbie Wasserman Schultz, who is the former Democratic National Committee chairwoman. This afternoon, New York City's police commissioner, James P. O'Neill, tells CNN the bomb was a live explosive and contained white powder, which was being tested by the FBI to see if the substance was toxic.
A new deputy police chief has been appointed for the county of Oswego. Mayor Billy Barlow has chosen Police Lieutenant Zachary Miztal for the position. Miztal has served 15 years at the Oswego Police Department and has been the lieutenant for the department since 2013. According to Oswego County Today, Police Chief Tori DeCare says soon-to-be Chief Miztal has been a valued member of the department for 15 years that he's been there and believes that he will do an excellent job in the new role.
An excavation proposal has been submitted to the U.S. Department of Defense for the retrieval of the remains of Master Sergeant Gregory J. Harris, who was captured by the Viet Cong forces in 1966. Harris was a Marine Corps radio technician on a search and clear mission with the South Vietnamese Battalion in the Han Tien village of the Quang Ngai province. Harris's cousin, Mary Ann Ritano, does not know if the proposal will be approved in the next 6 to 8 months, but the family has found comfort with the dedicated case analysis to discover circumstances surrounding the Fulton's man's disappearance.
A group of fifth graders in Fulton partook in a futuristic science experiment. Students from 4 elementary schools in Fulton built hovercrafts for a school project using lessons they learned from STEM exercises in class. On top of building the hovercrafts, they also got the opportunity to ride them as well. Matthew Chase of Chase Educational Consulting states that building the device and giving the students the opportunity to utilize the science and technology concepts they've been taught has been very beneficial.
We have reporter Matt Greed in the office to discuss an OzSpeaks event. Matt, what's going on?
Thanks, Brianna. This past Monday, I attended an OzSpeaks event where I got a pretty awesome souvenir.
Well, there's this new surge of athletes using their voices now and speaking out.
Former NBA player Eaton Thomas visited SUNY Oswego last Monday to lead a panel discussion and Q&A about activism and media exposure within professional sports. The discussion was held at the Marano Campus Center Auditorium as part of the I Am Oz Diversity Series. Since Thomas's retirement, he has become a writer and a commentator, with a life devotion to advocating for social change on and off the court.
You know, I grew up admiring the athletes of the past, like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and, Bill Russell and Muhammad Ali and John Carlos and Tommy Smith. So those are athletes that I always admired, the way that they use their position and their platforms to be able to speak on different issues and to create change.
Several students attended Ethan Thomas's panel with many questions of discussion, including players taking a knee during the national anthem, how athletes present themselves in the media, media criticism, and the evolution of social media used by players. After the panel, students had an opportunity to purchase an autographed copy of Thomas's book entitled We Matter, Athletes and Activism. Thomas also left behind an important message for Oswego students to take away from the discussion.
I want them to read the stories of these different athletes who they admire, seeing them on the court or the field, and seeing the courage that they have and the passion that they speak with, and become inspired themselves to become activists in their own right.
Matt Green, WTOP 10.
To learn more about the OzSpeaks events, visit SUNY Oswego's events calendar. So Dan, tell me, what do you think about former Syracuse athletes commenting on the national anthem protests?
I got to say, it's really inspirational to see local figures that have gone on to other bigger and better things come back and have something to say of profound nature to us at this school on matters that matter on a national and global scale. It's really cool.
Yeah, it is. Think it's going to be a bestseller?
Well, I'm definitely going to buy a copy.
Awesome. The Oswego Music Department had a traditional focus on a faculty event which stars a professor on campus. Reporter Michael Jean is going to show you the impact of classical music and speak to the star of the show.
Professor of 15 years and currently chairperson of Department of Music becomes the focus in the event of Focus on Faculty series on October 21st. Here at SUNY Oswego in Sheldon Hall's ballroom, pianist Rob Aller performed works of classical music. Society of American Musician and Stravinsky Award recipient pianist features music such as Mozart, Bach, Busoni, Carnapan, and many more. Here he is playing Carnapan, She Steals Me from the piano 12th side, a 4.5 composition. Aller explains the significance of classical music.
Explain to my own 2 children that classical piano is terrific. It's something that we should celebrate, we should listen to. I've designed these 5 pieces to be highly accessible for audiences who have never heard classical piano playing. And in fact, I've actually got some of my soccer team kids coming to the show, and I particularly want kids like that to come to a recital, see classical piano music that they haven't seen before, and leave with a really great experience.
An attendee of the concert told his reaction of the recital.
The concert was absolutely incredible, and I've come to expect that from him because he always seems to deliver.
Aller also explained the importance of Focus on Faculty series.
Yeah, one of the neat things that the music department does, we provide public recitals, not only for the college community, not only for our students, not only for our faculty, but just for the community at large. And so not only are we an educational provider, but we also provide cultural offerings for the entire community.
Michael Jean reporting.
Camera 1. For more information about Focus on Faculty series or other musical events, you can also visit the Oswego State's events calendar. A 38-year-old woman from Schenectady, New York, Heaven Pileski, has been indicted for the death of her 4-month-old son. The body of her infant was found in the backyard of Pileski's apartment on August 9th. Authorities are still not able to determine how the boy died, but they believe that the baby died sometime after July 17th, which was the last day he was seen. Pileski has pleaded not guilty to second-degree murder, unlawful disposal of a body, and tampering with evidence. Pileski has been sent back to county jail, where she has been since her arrest in August.
Former New York State Senate leader Dean Skelos and his son Adam have been sentenced to time in prison on Wednesday. The father and son were convicted in July of extortion, wire fraud, and bribery charges. According to Newsday.com, prosecutors charged Skelos of pressuring a developer in Nassau County to give his son a job in exchange for favorable treatment in Albany. U.S. District Judge Kima M. Wood cited Dean Skelos' health concerns as the reason for the reduction from a 5-year sentence to a 4-year and 3-month sentence. Adam Skelos will serve 4 years in his role in the extortion conspiracy.
A man from Syracuse has been stabbed to death when he intervened in a fight between his sister and her boyfriend. 18-year-old Keenan Davis was charged with manslaughter for the death of his girlfriend's brother, 19-year-old Christopher Hickey, on October 7th. Davis's lawyer argues that Davis didn't stab Hickey, but even if he did, Davis was acting in self-defense because Hickey was armed with a knife himself. Davis's bail has been set for $50,000 or a $100,000 bond.
Coming up later tonight, the migrant caravan continues its path towards America.
And a shooting in Kroger leaves 2 people dead.
Now let's take a quick look at the weather with Storm Team 10 meteorologist Eric Johnson. Eric, how's it look like outside?
All right, thanks guys. We're outside right now. Temperatures are very cold here in Oswego. We have a wind coming off the lake that's making it feel much colder, but our actual temperature is around 40 right now. And then looking across the rest of the region, we have temperatures generally in the upper 30s and low 40s. Our cold spots are up towards the north in the Adirondacks and down towards the west in Buffalo. And then looking at the radar, we have some lake effect rain and snow showers moving through, and that will continue throughout the night. And our temperature in Oswego will be getting down to around 33 degrees tonight with winds out of the northwest from 10 to 15 miles per hour. So it'll be a very cold night tonight. And coming up after the break, we'll have more news and sports.
Good job. Good job, everyone. Keep that energy.
Absolutely. You know, Dan Kane, you know, this is his second year. Have at least one shot.
But communicate and just, you have to go back to basics.
Absolutely wrong. Because
right now, 1-2 in the SUNY Aspen. If you can win both of those games,
sick and tired, Brandon.
If the other team can win 1 point, Nate Vanderbilt.
Oh, absolutely. Come on. Just give me the 1-0 lead, all right?
No.
Or watching Laker Connections.
Connections here on WTOP 10.
Get caught buzz driving, and you could do some hard time.
Craig, knock it off.
Sorry, Mom.
It could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. And that could set you back a few years. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Hey guys, I think I'm a little shiny. Can someone help with that, please?
So you ready for tonight?
Yeah, I think so.
So, you know you're gonna start off the show like suspended from the ceiling, right? So you're all set with that. So yeah, just remember everything else we talked about and make sure you follow the prompter.
I mean, don't I always?
No, just do what we talked about, okay?
All right, no problem. Let's go.
Good evening, I'm Storm Team 10 meteorologist Eric Johnson. Currently we're looking at temperatures in the 40s across the region. A few areas to the north are already down to the 30s. And zooming out to the rest of the region, we can see temperatures out towards the Buffalo area are already in the 30s. And these are the areas tonight that are going to be dropping down into the 20s. And the winds right now in Oswego are around 18 miles per hour out of the northwest, which is causing some lake effects showers that you can see to the south. And these showers will be turning over to snow showers pretty shortly. And for the futurecast, we have temperatures dropping down to below freezing for a lot of the region. And you can see the snow flurries go, throughout the region. And the temperatures will continue to drop, and snow showers will be around for Friday as well. And we are actually well below average. Today's high was 45 degrees, so that is 12 degrees below average. And looking at the 7-day forecast, we have temperatures for the next couple of days in the 40s, and then we will have an unsettled pattern returning for the weekend. And then cooler conditions towards next weekend. For Halloween, it's looking like temperatures are going to be the low 40s with a little bit of sun and clouds. And we'll go to break now with more news and sports coming up.
It's taste, not toast.
Hi, I'm Anthony Citron, and for one view a day, you can help producers at WTOP get the recognition they deserve for their work. For just 30 minutes a day, you can help these students make sure their work does not go unnoticed. Please, click the link below and help these students get the recognition they deserve. All it takes is one view a day.
Welcome back to WTOP 10 Nightly News. 3 suspects have been arrested and accused of inciting and organizing violence. Members of the white supremacist group Rise Above movement, Robert Bowman, Tyler Lobb, and group leader Robert Paul Rundo have been arrested, while a 4th suspect, Aaron Eason, is still a fugitive. The trio are in connection to a string of attacks at rallies around the country, including the deadly Charlottesville, Virginia rally in 2017. Rundo fled to Central America after originally being indicted after the Charlottesville attacks. Bowman and Lobb were arrested on Tuesday, and Rundo was brought in Sunday. 2 people are dead after a gunman opened fire in a Kroger in Kentucky. Jeffersontown, Kentucky's police chief reported the suspect is in custody and their motive is still unknown. According to CNN, the gunman entered the Kroger and fired multiple shots at a man inside. Upon leaving, the suspect ran into a woman in the parking lot and fatally shot her. An unnamed armed citizen exchanged gunshots with the suspect. Neither were struck, and the suspect did flee the scene, though he is in custody now. Jeffersontown police remain on the scene and are monitoring the situation.
7 children have died as a result of adenovirus at the Waynock Center for Nursing and Rehabilitation in Haskell, New Jersey. This particular outbreak is caused by adenovirus type 7. The strain has been medically affecting children with compromised immune systems and is associated with disease and communal living arrangements and can be more severe. The New Jersey Department of Health says it is an ongoing outbreak which continues to be under investigation. The department is working closely with the facility to ensure the infection control measures are being followed.
Earlier today, Ethiopian President Mulatu Teshome submitted a letter stating his resignation from his post. The 63-year-old has been in office since 2013. Leaders from upper and lower houses of the nation's parliament will meet Thursday to consider Teshome's resignation. Teshome is stepping down amid the recent cabinet reshuffle by Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed. Abiy has taken many radical steps in his short time in office, including freeing jailed journalists and ending a nearly 20-year war with Eritrea.
In his first comments regarding the killing of Washington Post columnist Jamal Khashoggi, Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman has said it was a heinous crime since some of his closest aides were implicated in Khashoggi's death. Riyadh has maintained neither bin Salman nor his father King Salman knew of the operation to target Khashoggi and that such a mission could not have been carried out without bin Salman's authorization. 5 high-ranking officials were dismissed, including bin Salman's media chief and the deputy head of Saudi intelligence service, and 18 people have been arrested.
Coming up, we have sports with Aaron Valentino.
You're watching WTOP 10 Nightly News.
You know who's going off in fantasy this week? Drew Brees.
Brees with time.
You know, you guys are sleeping on Odell Beckham Jr., though. I think he's scoring 3 TDs this week.
And it throws it Beckham across the middle.
No, tell me, the Bears' defense is what's going to go off this week. I mean, holy
Chicago Bears.
Looking for these? You drive buzzed. It could be one very expensive ride.
First, you gotta make bail. Then pay me to get your car back.
Your insurance premiums will go through the roof.
And my legal fees just keep adding up. All told, it could end up costing you $10,000.
Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
As an American, it's hard to hear that we have a serious hunger issue in our country. And as a parent, it's even harder to hear that 1 in 5 of our kids struggles with hunger, especially when billions of pounds of good food are wasted every year. Feeding America is a nationwide network of food banks that helps provide billions of meals to families in need right in your community. Visit feedingamerica.org to support Feeding America and your local food bank. Together we can solve hunger. Together, we're Feeding America.
Want to know all the latest things pop culture? Tune in to Let's Talk About It every other Monday at 10 p.m.
Welcome back to WTOP 10 Nightly News. I'm Aaron Valentino with your sports update. Hockey in Oswego isn't only played on ice skates. Sports reporter David Marshall has more.
Oswego State Roller Lakers hockey team season kicked off this past weekend, playing against Niagara University, Pitt, and Syracuse. The first two games were won in blowout fashion by the Roller Lakers, with the third matchup proving to be the hardest of the three. The Roller Lakers edged out Syracuse by a score of 7-4. Senior and team president Jack DeFalis and junior Anthony Regatero have high hopes for the upcoming season.
Yeah, we're ready. We got high expectations this year. Yeah, got a lot of new guys coming in too, so it should be good to, get the full squad going.
A certain rule at SUNY Oswego doesn't allow the club sport of roller hockey to practice, which isn't helpful when attempting to build team chemistry. DeFalis doesn't see it as a major issue.
It's harder to build chemistry. It might take a little bit to start, getting each other's game down and understanding what this guy's going to do. I think we're good. I mean, we hang out all the time. I think our chemistry will be there.
Jack is joined on the team by his younger brother Joe, who is a junior at Oswego. The two brothers being on the same team isn't anything new for the Tefalises, though.
He's like only one age group younger than me, so every other year we were on the same team. So, I mean, we've been playing together since 6, 7.
Joe was a sophomore transfer last season. The rookie Tefalis showed up in a big way for his first year in Oswego.
Joe won our division, the ECRHA. He won the Rookie of the Year for last year.
A recent change in division has the Roller Lakers more confident about their potential success this season.
We dropped down to division, so the competition is definitely not as good as it was. And we didn't lose anyone except for our goalie, so we're looking to come back firing, and we want to make it really far this year. The goal is obviously to, win the national championship. We made it for the past 2 years. It's time to go for it all this year.
Reporting for WTOP 10 Sports, I'm David Marshall.
The roller hockey team will look to improve on a 5-1 overall record with games against Drexel and Lock Haven this weekend. The Oswego women's soccer team wrapped up their season yesterday in a double overtime thriller against Hamilton College. Lindsey Ross scored both goals for the Lakers, with one of those coming off an assist by Chloe Lannergan, while Oswego goalie Emma Allen had 5 saves in the match. The Lakers finished 6-8-3 on the season and finished 9th in the SUNYAC division. Also yesterday, in their final home game of the season, the Oswego field hockey team won their second game in a row, beating Keuke by a score of 4-1. Goals were scored by 4 different Lakers, including senior Katie Reynolds, while Lacey White had 3 assists of her own. The Lakers unfortunately have been eliminated from playoff contention, but will look to finish off the season strong, taking on St. Lawrence and Union this coming weekend. Now switching over to the NFL, yesterday the New York Giants traded promising young corner Eli Apple to the New Orleans Saints. The Saints are sending Giants a 2019 4th-round pick and a 2020 7th-round pick. This seems to be the beginning of a fire sale for the franchise, as earlier today they also traded defensive tackle Damon Harris, better known as Snacks, to the Detroit Lions for a 2019 5th-round pick. The franchise has struggled significantly this year with a record of 1-7. Maybe the new faces will shake up things and turn things around in New York. Sticking with the NFL, Week 8 will kick off tomorrow night with the Miami Dolphins and when the Houston Texans square off. The Texans started off slow, going 0-3 at the start of the season, but have been on fire lately, winning 4 straight and now sitting atop of the AFC South. The Dolphins have had a pretty good year as well, sitting at 4-3 and second in the AFC East, only behind Tom Brady and the New England Patriots. Both teams look to continue their strong seasons with a win tomorrow night.
Thank you, Bill. Welcome to the World Series, presented by YouTube TV on Fox.
The Los Angeles Dodgers, top of the first now, facing Benintendi. It's a ground ball through the hole, and that's a base hit. The Red Sox are going to take the early lead 1-0. Now Martinez at the plate. That's a single up the middle, and that's going to score Benintendi, and the Red Sox, they'll take a 2-0 lead early on. The Dodgers aren't going down without a fight, though. Matt Kemp drives it deep to left field. That ball is gone, giving the Red Sox now a 2-1 lead. Later in the game, Manny Machado, ground ball, base hit through the hole, and Justin Turner's going to score, and he'll tie the game 2-2 in the top of the third. But the game wouldn't stay tied for long as Martinez hits it in the air, deep to center, and that is off the wall. Pierce is going to score first to home on the play, and the Red Sox will retake the lead 3-2. Later in the game, in the 5th actually, Denver's is going to get a single through the hole, and Benintendi is also going to come in to score, making it 5-3. Now the dagger. Nunez pinch hitting, drive to left. Goodbye baseball. The Red Sox open it up 8-4, and they're going to take Game 1 with that final score. Game 2 is on tonight at Fenway Park, again against the Dodgers.
Once again, another week where I come in here not caring about baseball, and then another sports anchor making me care about baseball. Who is your favorite right now? Who do you think has the most heat coming into the series?
When the playoffs started, I said the Red Sox are really good. They're a great regular season team, and I just like the way that Houston is built a lot better. But after beating Houston in 5, I really think they could win the game. They could win the series in 4. But realistically, in my official predictions, I said that the Red Sox were probably going to win in 6.
6 games. Okay, good. Last year, I watched the World Series handing out candy during Halloween, and it was cold.
Yeah. Speaking of, you gotta tell me, it was actually really cold today. Is that going to continue?
Yeah, it looks like for the next couple weeks it's going to be like staying in the 40s. So if you're going out for Halloween, I would dress really warm.
Yeah, sounds like it. Woo. But also too though, what about for the next couple of days, like besides Halloween though?
So this weekend it looks like there's actually going to be some rain and going into early next week.
Yeah, all right. Sounds
Looks
gross, but
gloomy
okay.
and spooky. Yeah. Speaking of spooky, what are you guys dressing up as for Halloween?
I can't. I have classes and work to do.
That's not an excuse.
Oh God. What about you guys?
What's that?
What about you guys? What are you guys dressing up for Halloween?
I'm probably going to dress up as something from The Office. I might do Jim's book face thing. But are you guys handing out candy?
My parents are coming this weekend. They actually have a thing at Johnson where the kids can come around and trick or treat at your dorm, but my parents are coming up this weekend, and I couldn't participate, unfortunately.
Are they doing that thing where they leave a bowl out and kids are supposed to take one, but they definitely take like 18?
I don't know, maybe. I don't know. This is my first year
They
here.
were my favorite parents on the street.
Yeah, of course. I would still, at 21 years old right now, I would still go trick-or-treating. I think it's fun.
Okay.
You're never too young.
Yeah, that's it for our report tonight. On behalf of all of us here on the desk and everybody behind the camera, thank you guys for watching. Be sure to stay tuned for Spin to Win.
Have a great night, everyone. Thanks for watching.
When you are in space, you can't run down to the store to buy parts. You have to improvise with what you have on your mission. Making is when there is something new that was not in existence at the beginning of the day.
Okay.
It's an incredible sense of accomplishment when you have made something. That's why I make. Now I want to hear why you make.
Share your own Why I Make story today. Visit whyimake.org.